Just making sure the volume and everything is working before I get started in this thing here. All right, perfect. Here we go. All right, let's get it. Let's start chopping it. This one might take a little minute, or it might not. It might go fast. But for all the people that joining in now and they waiting to see what trades that we do in the chat groups and things like that. Unfortunately for you, you have to wait to the end of this video, but I will disclose the different trades that we got in or the trades that we're still in or the moves that we made. Um, but today, I'm just gonna keep it funky. I'm just gonna keep it straightforward. I'm gonna just tell it like it is, and whoever like it, whoever don't. All that's fine. Um, I always hear people tell me life is hard. And I always counter that argument with life is not hard. People make life hard. And in today's iteration, I'm going to talk about the things that I did to make life hard. And even with all the failures and things like that, and for the record, this is not a woe is me moment. This is not a, oh, feel sorry for Curry moment. This is not a, but you did that, but you did it for the greater good moment. This is to have correlation, to have understanding where people could be like, okay, I'm doing some of these same things. Maybe I could pivot. I'm I'm using this so people can have reference to things that maybe you can change in your life that can put you on the other side. I mean, of course, most of the videos talk about things I've done, real estate I done bought, stocks I done bought, money I done made, and what have you. But the true reality is I failed a whole hell of a lot. And I'm gonna take it from the beginning. And what I mean from the beginning, I'm gonna talk about the litany of things that I did as failures, but I want you to look at this as, hell, I made some of the same mistakes, but there's somebody out here who found a way out even with that. But just starting it off and just taking it from the top is, unlike most people, when I'm 15, 14, 16, I wasn't one of those people that was sitting there saying, oh man, I can't wait to move out of mom's house. I just didn't have that avenue. And the reason why I didn't have the avenue was because even when I was younger, I seen the struggles that my mom had to go through. Being a single mom or whatever, I seen the struggles that she had to go through just to, take care of the things that she had to take care of. And so for me, growing up, I didn't have the answers for her, but I knew that, hell, she make a whole lot more money. She's well seasoned in the game. I'm if when I get out there and jump off the porch, I'm not gonna make nowhere near as amount of money as she makes. And then if she's struggling making what she makes, then what the hell am I gonna do? That's literally how I look at it. My mom rules wasn't so airtight that made me want to say, hell, I want to move out. I was trying to sit in like a tick, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I was trying to live off moms forever. Y'all call me a dirtbag or whatever, but that's what I was trying to do because life was easy. Life was good. I'm not gonna lie. That's exactly what it was. But the failure started early for me. I mean, for people that don't know, I started playing. Well, not playing. I was in college at 17 years old. I was in college at 17 years old. Hey, baby, duh. But I see you out there. But I was at college at 17 years old. I was playing football at the third biggest college in the state of Michigan by attendance, only behind University of Michigan and Michigan State University. So what came along with that was all the things that came along with that. I was actually playing. I wasn't just a guy. I was playing as a true freshman at 17 years old at a university. But what all the craziness, the parties, the everything that went along with that, I went along with. But like I said, I wanted to sit in like a tick. I said, hell, mom already dealing with the struggle life, so I'm just gonna sit here, fall back, hide behind moms, and I'm be good. Maybe I can go get a degree, and then maybe I can make a little extra money, so I'm closer to what she's making now, so things could matriculate for me. But that wasn't in the cards. What was in the cards was me doing crazy stuff, me having a kid, and I know people are going to say, oh, a kid is a blessing. Yeah, they are. Doing it at the right time is a blessing. And now, for the record, the kid that I had, outstanding citizen. He's a great product of society. He's doing all the right things. He has his own family. But if we just keep it in a vacuum of me being 18, 19 years old, having a kid with no job, that was a failure on my part, especially when I was trying to stay with moms the whole time. So then with that, having a kid, I couldn't put that pressure on mom. So I had to, join the military. And me and my son, we had this conversation, and I'm not shy to share with y'all on social media. He mentioned a few times, more than a few times, you weren't there. He's not lying. I wasn't. Now, I could sit here and take the moral high ground and say, well, yeah, I wasn't there because I had to do what I had to do to make sure I took care of my kid. But that's not true. The truth is, I had to join the military because only thing I cared about was football. I didn't care about the education aspect of college. I was out there chasing girls, drinking, doing what you do in college. I didn't have the skill set or anything else to get a job anywhere else. It was me. It wasn't life. It was me. So having a kid was my decision. Not having the skills to do anything but play football was my decision. Hell, I was skipping school. It wasn't nobody ain't say, life ain't come to me and say, hey, you need to skip school today. No, I probably was hungover. But I made the football practice every day. But that's about it. But the thing was, it was me. So the reason why I wasn't there for my son's formative years when he was younger was because, yeah, I went to the military. Yeah, I was deployed a lot of times. But it's the reason why I was there, and it was because of the decisions I made before that. But it don't stop there. My failures don't stop there. And then, we go on. I joined the military, and then, I'm making a couple pennies, because that's all you make in the military for the people that don't know. And then the first thing I get was a cell phone. Hey, cool kid. You get the cell phone, and then I get a promotion. I make a little bit more money, and then I buy a car. Then I get up another promotion. Then I trade in the car that I'm paying 26% interest rate on to get another car. So all that negative equity rolled into the next car. And then I get another promotion, and the same thing happens again. That's when the light bulb switch. I'm doing everything that everybody before me did. And again, success have clues, or success leave clues, I should say, and broke leave clues also. So from 19 years old till now, which I'm about 22, 23, 24, I'm doing all the clues that will lead me to brokehood. So the more money I made in the military, the more I put it towards monthly payments. Cell phone bill is a lifetime expense. Then car payments of some people is a lifetime expense also. So we just traded in, negative equity, rolled on top of negative equity. But those was failures on my part. Nobody told me to do it. I just chose to do it because I wanted to keep up with everybody that's in my rank. They had a cool car. I wanted a cool car. They wanted to live bougie. I want to live bougie. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, hell yeah, that's what I need to do. But then it just kept matriculating to other things. So then after that, so now I got my third, fourth car. Now I'm out of the military because I chose to get out. And then right before the great financial crisis happened, they gave out heartbeat loans. Now, people, I will be remiss, or I'd be lying to you to tell you I knew I could not afford this house that I built. And the bank didn't need to tell me. Hell, I knew it for myself. So when the bank approved me, I'm just saying, yeah, even though I had no clue on how I was paying for it. People, I had no job, but they gave me the loan. So I could sit here and blame the bank. Oh, they shouldn't have gave me the loan if I couldn't afford it. But hell, I knew I couldn't afford it in the first place. And then what proceeded from there was I get the house built. I live in the house. And it's all bad. But again, my decisions. Life didn't do that to me. I made those decisions. That's how it works. Life is easy. We make it hard. So then we proceed to go on through there. I kept not having a job. I'm over here hustling. I'm over here trying to gamble my way to life. Hey, cool hat, how's it going? I'm trying to gamble my way to try to make ends meet. My choice. No job was hiring me. Well, I should have picked up more skills while I was in the military and thinking that I was going to get out and listen to what everybody say. Oh, you in the military, everything, doors just going to open for you. That's not the truth. You got to have skills. Not just because you was in the military. You just got to have skills, period. And then so, fast forward and moving from there, then I tried to figure it out. Yeah, I did volunteer. Wait, something on my back. But I did volunteer to deploy to Iraq to get out of. Thanks for subscribing. I deployed to Iraq to get out of debt. So I got out of the military, and then I was so far in debt, I volunteered to deploy to Iraq again, going back into the military just to get myself out of debt. Again, my choice. Life didn't do it, my choice. And then so from there, I proceeded to pivot and switch other ways. But I mean, even though people that's looked at this channel over, for more than a day or month, people will consider my life successful. Mostly in the Western world, my life is successful. Me, I still count it as a failure. And I count it as a failure because the thing that I cared about most never happened. So only a few people know about the thing that I cared about most. And the thing that I cared about most was, and y'all heard Dave Ramsey probably say this, change your family tree. And then now let's think of how a tree grows. And then you're thinking change the family tree as, okay, this little branch here is my interconnected family, wife, kids, whatever. That's what he's talking about, changing the family tree. Make sure your branch is good, and then you can branch off from there and then do better things. Me, I was trying to change the whole fucking tree. I wanted everybody in the family doing good. So I told myself, and this is when I'm in Iraq and I'm just over here getting into firefights, getting blown up by IEDs, car bombs, all the other BS. I'm thinking if I make it out of here, I'm going to keep learning finance, personal finance, and then once I learn it, I'm coming to share it with the rest of my family. I'm coming to share it with my close friends, people I deploy with, the people that know me, that we're all going to change this whole damn thing so we don't have to keep living the same struggles that we lived yesteryear. And that was my only goal. And so I come back, I'm sitting here, besides getting into the, combat operations, on my off time over there, I'm learning about personal finance, I come back, I'm still learning about personal finance. And the ultimate goal was to make sure that everybody that was ever close to me, that grew up with me, they was good. And then that was my mission there. I figured it out. I got Da Vinci's Code. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where Robert Kiyosaki talked about everybody on the island knew who his father was and how much money he was worth, but nobody wanted to ask how he did it. And I was the one that was saying, oh, not my family, not my friends. We gonna figure it out and we gonna fucking make it happen. That's what I thought life would be. And for me, that was my ultimate goal. And it wasn't many people that knew this goal. My wife knew it, but that was about it. And so I went about it. I contacted family members. I contacted friends. Said, hey, let's do this. Hey, we need to start focusing on this. Now, fast forward, we 15 years in the game. Nobody didn't come along for the ride. When I say nobody came along for the ride, I'm not saying, oh, a few. I'm saying nobody came along for the ride when I initially said it back then. So if we talking about success and failure, that was a huge failure on my part. And the thing is, I thought we all got money together, we was all gonna make money together, then we would be closer together. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Only thing it did was alienated everybody. Oh, now family members and friends. Oh no, I don't want to talk to Kirby because the only thing he want to talk about is how we can make money and how we can better ourselves. And I don't want to do that. I still want to deal with the debauchery that I've been doing. So now my phone don't ring at all because what a lot of them thought after we had these conversations with people and a lot of people know. I mean, if you're a friend, foe, whatever, if I run into you, we're gonna talk about personal finance. I don't care. But what they did was me sitting there talking to them about it. They didn't say, "Hey, yeah, this is what I want to do." This was, "Hey, this guy's doing it, so when I go do my normal craziness and I'm in need, I can just call him." But then when they kept calling and the answer was no, 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 and no, then the phone started ringing. I gave you the cheat code way before, but you didn't want to listen to that because, hey, you might have to do some work. Hey, you might have to do something other than the normal BS that you've been doing. That's what it is. I mean, now, of course, fast forward. Thanks, Cool Kid, for uploading videos to your channel. But that's the difference that goes along with it. It's not, hey, let's figure this out together and make more. It's just, hey, we already have nothing. Let's do something other than nothing. I mean, I remember talking to friends and family members, and then I'm like, hey, we need to start learning how to invest. And then they say, oh, no, that sounds too much like gambling. But they'll go spend hundreds of dollars a week playing the lotto. They'll go hit the Motor City casinos and the Greek Town casinos. But they wouldn't spend the time to learn it to make money for sure, for sure. So when it comes to my failure, that is my ultimate failure. Because my ultimate goal wasn't just, hey, my family does good. It was never that. And when I say my family, I'm talking about my wife, my son. When I said I wanted everybody, I thought at least the brothers that I had that came from the same womb as I had would be on board. Not the case. We grew up from the same place, came from the same way. Why wouldn't you think I understand the way that you live? But that's not the case. But I wanted everybody. And I had hard conversations with aunts and uncles and things like that. And then they wanted to stick to the traditional ways that the family has been doing it. But the traditional ways has been broke. Why would everybody just be complacent at being broke? So again, life is not hard. We make it hard. I wish I had somebody who would come in and say, hey, I went through these obstacles. I hit all the potholes. I'm here to streamline it for you so you will not have to hit a pothole and so your life will be better. So you're going to get there way faster than it took me to get there because you don't have to deal with all the obstacles that I had to deal with. I wish somebody came to me and said it. But that's what I was willing to provide. Nobody showed up to the occasion. I mean, now fast forward 15 years later, I got a couple on board. But if you talking about percentages and you talking about how many family members and how many friends that's on board, less than 1%. I got 2-3 family members that's in the text message group on different trades that we doing. Everybody else living a life, doing the debauchery that they've been doing, and then they just want to sit there and say, oh, well, that's messed up, man. Kirby got all that money and he won't help us. Help you do what? Keep continuing the nonsense that you're doing? Hell no. Not going to happen. But for the ones that's in, and it's funny, the ones that's in and the ones that's doing the work and the ones that's prescribing to the medicine, they doing way better than everybody that's not. That's the crazy thing. I don't think that there's nobody that said they actually listened to something that we talked about on this channel and actually did it all the way through and they didn't come out better for it. If it was, I guarantee you they had been in the comments, chats, They'd have been all over social media and they've been telling you, hey, this guy Kirby full of it. But the truth is, it don't happen. The thing is, people don't want to do it. And then they want to blame everybody else for the situation. They want to blame life. They want to blame politicians. They want to blame anybody but who it really is. It's them. Just like everything that goes wrong, I blame myself. My ultimate goal was, of course, to change the whole family tree. I still blame myself. I still sit there and be like, hey, what wasn't that I didn't say that probably could convince them? Now, I know it might be some people in the chat that say, oh, well, you can't help everybody. You can't. But I always keep the onus on me because this was my goal. It wasn't never their goal. I mean, their goal probably was to, hey, maybe have some money one day. You know, everybody talk about it. But that was my goal. I mean, family members who have known me ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper and knew every mistake, obstacle, all the good, bad, and ugly that I did, deployments and all that. I talk about personal finance and then they'll say I'm scamming. They'll say I'm doing everything else but trying to help them because they don't understand it. But I'm here to teach. I've always been a platform. I've always been there to say I'm willing to help. Anybody that knows me know you can call me 24/7. I don't have banker's hours. I'm not, 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock and then 24/7 you can reach out to me and we can talk about finance. And the most disheartening thing, and I love the support of the channel. I keep wanting to support the channels that people that's not in the family tree. Trust me, I love y'all winning. I love the winning. I look at it like this. I see the Alexes of the world, and he was on the channel. He gets his net worth from $5,000 when I met him to $1 million. I see other people on the channel that's making big moves, going from 0 rental properties to 5, 10, 12 rental properties. I love it. I appreciate it. I still want you to do it. I'm still going to be here every day to motivate you to do it and keep helping you. But I would sit here and lie and say it's not remiss on me that it's funny. Strangers who know me for a couple years has done more dealing with me than family members that's been knowing me for over 40 years. It's disheartening to me. And I'm not mad at y'all for winning. I'm more upset at myself and them for just picking an opportunity to lose. So, like I said, this is not a woe is me, woe is Kirby. I just wanted to let you know, after all the litanies of failures that I've had in life and the different crazy things that I've done, I'm still considered successful in the Western society. So, for you single mom that's out there, for you single dad that's out there, for you single couple, not single couple, but couple that's out there with kids and you're not making enough, that you feel you're not making enough. All the failures, you can still succeed. You can still succeed and win. People understand, $250,000 in debt with no job. That was me. Now, how I made it through, it was a lot of gymnastics out there. But I've never filed for bankruptcy. I never had a foreclosure. I never did anything that was nefarious to anything adverse to what my goal was. I looked myself in the mirror. I said, hey, I made these mistakes and I have to fix the mistakes. I never went to a debt collector and said, hey, can I pay you less? Now, again, if you own a debt collector, I've never got to that stage yet, but if you have accounts with debt collectors, you should always pay less. But I never did it. I always manned up and said, I created a debt. I'm going to be man enough to get rid of the debt. And that's what I did. I just kept fighting. I kept fighting. And I won't stop. So if I went through all that, and a lot of these things, these nuances, everybody getting job promotions and getting new cars and all this stuff, this is normal. This is what people do. Me, when I figured out that, hey, this don't make no sense to keep getting promotions and keep getting new cars and keep making payments because I've been making payments forever, that's when it was a life switch for me. When I read the Total Money Makeover, that was a big switch for me. That was literally thinking, what the hell are you doing? And still today, like I said, when I was E5, I got the last car. That car's still on the road today. No payments on it. That car's still on the road today. Every car since then, we just pay cash for it and go on about life. But I've made a litany of mistakes. We've all made a litany of mistakes. But that don't mean you can't win. It's about, and the thing is for the people that's older or think that, oh, I'm 26, I'm 25, and it's too late for me. I didn't figure it out till I was 28. I didn't figure out, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know the switch until I was 28 years old. And then when I learned that, hey, there's something different, I completely made a switch. I didn't halfway make a switch. I didn't say, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to still do the broke stuff that I'm doing over here, but I'm going to try to do something over here. 180 switch to doing everything that was productive. Again, success leave clues. So I just switched from doing all the stuff that broke people do to switch to doing all the stuff that successful people do. Did it suck? Because what I was used to was doing the broke people stuff. Yeah, it sucked. But I got real familiar with what the successful people were doing pretty damn quick. It was an adjustment. But that's what you do if you want to be successful. Now, if you don't want to be successful, God bless you, you can go ahead and do your thing. But if you want to be successful, you got to do what successful people do. When I say if you want an extreme change, you got to do something extreme to change, that's what I mean. So this is not a hey y'all need to do like me, but I'm just letting y'all know, if you still want to live the life that you live in and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's a you thing. It's not a life thing. Everything that you accumulate in life, every bill you accumulate is because of the decision you made. Life didn't choose it for you. You chose it. So stop blaming everybody else and look in the mirror and do something about it. All right, with that, but I just want to let y'all know, I failed a lot. And with all the failures I said, I'm still considered successful in the Western society. So you made all the failures. Now it's time to lift, shift fire, and do something else. All right, before I get into these trades and different things going on in the news, let me see what's in the comment section. Hey, everybody that said hi. Cloud Kid, Ludine, Levita, Ava, thanks for chiming in. Kyler, thanks. Boy, please give yourself some grace. You show up every day for the people that need you, and personally speak, the only payment you expect from us is apply what you teach and never stop growing. Boyd, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And you're right. That's the only thing I asked for. But I don't have that luxury of giving myself grace. Me, I'm still going to do what I need to regenerate my family tree as far as my organic family. Even though that was my goal to make sure my close family and friends, we all change the family tree together, I know that's gone. I mean, I've created more animosity because I wanted people to do better than stick to the craziness that my family has been. But the thing is, I can't lie to myself and say that wasn't my goal. That was my goal. I still care, and I want other people that view this channel, I still want you to win. I'm always going to give you the information to win. I'm not going to try to sabotage you. I want people to win all the time. No matter if I know you, I don't know you, hopefully you'll send me a comment one day and say, hey, Kirby, that's something good you said that I used and then it worked in my favor. Besides that, that's all I ask for. I'm going to ask you to share the channel and subscribe, stuff that's free, but I'm not asking you to pay for it. That's just me. I want to be the person for the viewers that I didn't have. Everything that I learned along this journey, I had to hit the pothole myself. I had to hit the roadblock myself and figure it out. I don't want y'all to have to do it if it's somebody there that's already been through it that can teach you how to navigate and get around that pothole or that roadblock. That's why I do this. And that's the reason why I wanted success from a family, because I'm like, hey, I done did all the mistakes. Only thing I can just tell you how to just navigate this thing and go through it. So, yeah. What else we got here? Kyler, you're right. I don't know, but the books I read know that's the key. Get educated. It's amazing you're still willing to teach. I appreciate you. Thanks, Levita, for that. I mean, yeah, I do it because I just don't want. I don't want people to have an excuse. Let's call it what it is. I don't want people to have an excuse. Everybody always got an excuse. Excuse. I'm tired of excuses. And then there's some people that won't be able to get content that they understand, and then they don't. All right, I get it. But I guarantee you, there is nobody on God's green earth that say they have my number and they have an excuse. Or they don't have an opportunity, or they don't know somebody that know how to do it. Or they had nobody to talk to them about it. People, I talk about personal finance to real estate agents when they call, to bankers when they call, to random, the random people that just call on a humble trying to solicit stuff. Everybody I talk about personal finance. Employees, I talk to everybody because I don't want people to be just a product of the system and just sit here and be like, oh, okay, well, that's what I got to do because that's how it's always been done. I don't want it. I didn't do nothing special, people. I didn't dribble a basketball. Go ahead, Cool Cuddy, ask the question. I didn't go dribble a basketball or have some special skill set that nobody else had. I'm a guy that came from, inner city Detroit. I was a above average student at best. And then I went to college, played football, then I was below average student because I was out here chasing girls and alcohol. And then I just proceeded to keep educating myself. Yeah, though I got a degree years later. That ain't had nothing to do with it. But I did nothing special. I did what the everyday man did. Got a job, worked, took the money from my job, invested in myself, kept taking the money from the job that I worked, invested to make more income for the family, and just kept doing it. I found somebody who was way smarter than me. Again, for the people that's out there, the partner you pick is way more important than the career you pick. I'm going to say it again. The partner you pick is way more important than the career you pick. But I found somebody that was way smarter than me. I found somebody that was way more dedicated than me. That's what I did. That's it. So nothing special. So I didn't do nothing that you can't do. So I don't have it's no Da Vinci, it's no, secret sauce. I ain't sitting here with a silver spoon in my mouth. I ain't got, I'm not backed by LeBron James and them. This straight off the muscle, straight off the cuff. Hey, this is what I did and this is how I did it. But you can do it too. But the thing is, you will do it faster than me because I'm here to make sure you avoid all the setbacks. I did it with the setbacks. 15 years later, I'm here. If you 100% dedicate yourself to it, you can do it without the setbacks. So it won't be 15 years. Now, I'm not saying that you will get to where I'm at. Only reason why I'm saying that is because you think I'm about to sit here and wait for you to catch up to me. You got your damn mind. I'm going to keep pushing. What else we got out there? Quick question: what's your favorite color? Blue or gray? Blue or gray is my favorite colors. Those are the colors of my little league team, the Northwest Cougars. That's always my favorite color. But I appreciate the question. But so going on to other things, let's see what's going on in the news. I don't want to sit here and harp on the. Yeah, what happened to my screen? All right, there we go. Things that happened on the news. For people that didn't know or didn't pay attention, Target announced that they are laying off. I had it right here. 1 second. All right, Target is laying off 1,800 corporate jobs. You know, Target is in a restructure plan. They're trying to regenerate revenue. They're trying to push up their ad space and things like that and trying to get more profitable. So Target is eliminating 1,800 corporate jobs. This is the first major layoff for Target in nearly a decade. And then if people was paying attention, this news came out Thursday night, Friday, the market went up. So that's a good thing out there. I mean, good thing for the company. People losing jobs, that's a bad thing, but understand, looking at it from an employer's perspective, they're looking at it from an investor's perspective. As an employee's perspective, people losing jobs are bad. Looking at an investor perspective, people losing jobs, that mean that's 1,800 people that the revenue that Target's creating doesn't have to go pay their salary. So that's more money going to the bottom line of profit. That's exactly how they're looking at it. What else is out there that I want to hit? Then I'm just going to hit the trades and then we're going to be out of here. I had a few things out there. Inflation rate on Friday came out at 3% for September. It was lower than the 3.1%. Yeah, as you've seen, the stock market rallied on that. That was the CPI report, the Consumer Price Index report. It showed that inflation was less than expected. I know a lot of people believe that the tariffs would be a big inflationary event for the U.S. economy, but so far it has not been a big inflationary event. It's at 3%, and we've had previous months before a higher inflation before tariffs kicked in. So that's why you see the market going where it's going right now. And I'm going to get back to the market in a second. And I'm just going to give my predictions. Of course, I have 100% opportunity to be 100% wrong on these predictions. But that's where we're at. I'm trying to look at the things that, you know, like really affect your money. Real quick, only because I had a short conversation about this yesterday. Will the SNAP program benefits affect the snack and food beverage industry for those states that chose to have a waiver to saying that people can't use SNAP benefits for the beverages and snacks? The answer is yes. The answer is 100% yes. It will have an impact. Do I think it will have a huge impact? No. And this is me thinking. Like I said, I've been in communication with some of these people in this industry, and they are pseudo worried, but they believe that people that's on the SNAP program will find alternatives to still buy their beverage packages. For people that don't know out there, the SNAP benefits program, they purchase up to $50 million a day in sugary beverages and snack food. $50 million a day. And you times that by 365 and you get the number. So yeah, it's a large percentage of these packaged consumer goods companies' revenue comes from the SNAP benefit program in the United States. In other countries, that's a whole different story. So yeah, it will be an impact on it. But how big, we'll find out. And again, I mean, for the most part, I believe it's 8 or 9. I could look it up again, but 8 or 9 states that have blocked their citizens in those states from using SNAP benefits to buy sugary beverages, and some even block snack food. So yeah, that will be an impact on those for people that's invested in the, you know, the Pepsi Colas, the Coca-Colas, and all those other snack food brands out there. So there will be some impact there. How big? I don't know, but they're out there. Crypto real quick. This is real quick on crypto. I'm always a fan if you're in the space. I'm not telling people to get in the space, but if you're in the space, I'm always a fan of buying dips on anything, any asset class. I don't care if it's gold, silver, I don't care if it's crypto. If you're in the space, if you see a dip, you always buy it because I believe the devaluation of the dollar with inflation, the lower the cost of the dollar, the more cost of assets will go higher. Stock market, real estate, you see a dip, you take advantage of it. So we've seen a dip in, I think it was October 10th, so it was about 15 days ago. We've seen a liquidation event, especially with a lot of margin accounts on the Bitcoin and Ether, mostly on the meme coin side, but all of it got impacted. But I see opportunity out there. I've been buying XRP ever since 205, 210 when it got there. So I've been picking up shares for the past 3 weeks or 15 days, however you want to look at it. Same with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum, I started picking up more at 4,000, and I've been picking it up all the way down when it got to 3,800, and then right now we're at $3,900, $30. Bitcoin, I got it all the way down to 108. I was buying it all the way down to 108, and we're at 111 now. XRP, like I said, I believe it got to 210. It's at 260 right now as we speak on this video. So that's the cryptocurrency space. Just the regular stock market. And again, this is me making a prediction. I'm probably going to be wrong, but please call me out on it. What I see for the rest of 2025, I believe that we are addicted to large numbers. So I can see 7,000 S&P 500. I can see 25,000 NASDAQ. I can even see 50,000 Dow Jones. About time the Santa Claus rally ends. Now, I could be wrong. And if you follow this channel or these lives for the past couple weeks, I said the market is very frothy. I still believe that. But I believe the attraction of large numbers will get there. Now, what will get us there? I believe a solution to the government shutdown will happen eventually. And when I say eventually, I mean by next week, because now the healthcare, the open enrollment is about to start. I believe even though the government shutdown maybe will end, again, these are predictions. I'm not talking facts, prediction. The government shutdown will end next week. And then between open enrollment and December 15th, a new deal will be made between the Democrats and Republicans to give some sort of extension to the ACA discounts. Again, predictions. I believe the U.S. government will invest more into the IT and quantum computing space. I believe earnings will come out better than expected. Those are the things that I believe, if happens, will get us to those numbers. I'm not going to say they will happen. If they happen, I believe it will get them to those numbers. So that's my view on that. All right. Last but not least, just the trades, because I know there's people out there who was waiting for the trades. There's nothing extra out there. Oscar, I did start building a leap position in there. The 22 June 2026 calls. 22 June 2026 calls. I started building that this week. Average price on that is 480. No. Yeah, 480 is my average trade price, and we at 480. I was down a lot this week when I started that position, but back to even now. 480 is the position on that. But those are June 22 calls on Oscar. I have the right to be wrong. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm not telling you should follow. I also have the January 27-18 calls, and I have the January 27-20 calls on Oscar, and I'm up a pretty penny on those. So what else I got out there? I still have the SoFi trades on. 26-27 calls for June 2026. I did sell the leaps last week before the dip, and then I got back into the 26-27 calls for June. And just a quick, the reason why I got into the June 26-27 calls is because I was just reading SoFi's compensation notes, and Anthony Nono needs the stock over $40 for 30 days before June 2026 to receive his full benefits on his compensation. That's why I shortened it up and played it a little stronger and tougher right there. I think he won his bonus, so we going for that. Again, don't follow it. That's just what I got going on. I still also have the SoFi shares that I've had for forever. I do have some covered calls at a higher price later in life, collecting income from that. That's out there. So the target play that I had, I do have the target 100 calls 2027. My average price on those is 11.27. Right now the price is at 12.80, but I'm sitting there holding that. I'm up about a little over 10-11% on that one. The one I started this week, and actually when I say this week, I started yesterday. QBTS, Dave Wave Quantum Computing. I started a position on that. I'm a little bit underwater. My average position is 927, and I bought the $40 April 2026 calls on there. My average price is $927, and the price is $920. So I'm down about $70 right there. $70 on that one. But that's what I'm playing, and I'm playing the quantum computing. If people look at the charter, Dave QBTS, it had a big drop in the past, week and a half or whatever. It came down from 46 down to like 25. I missed a 25 drop, but then I got in around later. So I got in on that Friday, and I started building a position for the 40 calls, and I'm giving it 8 months to matriculate to make that happen. But besides that, that's what I got going on. Let's see if there's any more comments out there. Somebody saying 3%. So what does my money grow at an account? Your money grows 3% a year. So if you have $100 in an account, and then it grows 3% a year, so you got $103 in an account. That's 3% of 100. If you got 1,000, it's $30. 3% is 3%. If inflation is 3%, that's what is growing every year. But if your account is growing less than inflation, you're losing money. And most accounts in America grows less than inflation. Only thing you got to do is look at the interest rate for the bank that you're using. Some people got high yield savings accounts, but that's not the actual savings accounts attached to your bank. That's usually a platform or a place you got to put it outside of your normal banking account. But if inflation is at 3% and your accounts are not growing more than 3%, you're actually losing money every day. That's why I'm not a big fan of holding money in cash all the time, because it's not beating inflation. But that was a good question. Oh, that's Jay Horsey on that one. But with that, that's it. That's the wrap up. That's what's going on out there in the world. I mean, I know it's probably other stuff going out there that I missed. People didn't ask about it. I'm trying to scan some things out there. For LMM, I buy the stocks and I buy options. Some plays I buy just the options on there, like the QTBS. I buy the options on there, but I was in my chat group and I told the gentleman buy the shares or the leaps on that. But I am a big proponent of buying the stock itself. But I'm being honest, I'm just playing the options because I think the market is frothy. I still have a lot of stock positions in other places that I have cost averages that is not even unconscionable for me to sell at this point. So that's where I'm at with that. But I am a big fan of holding stocks because I can make income off of selling covered calls on them also. But because the market is so frothy, I'd rather put less capital to work and just play the juice and not do things extra. When I do calls, what I'm saying is happening. What I'm saying is happening. If I'm buying calls, not selling. If I'm buying calls, I'm saying that I believe the stock price will be over this price by the set expiration date plus the cost of the contract. So that's what I'm saying when I buy calls. It don't have to get there. It don't have to get over that price, but if it moves in that direction at an expedient time, then you will make money. If I'm buying puts, not selling puts. If I'm buying puts, what I'm saying is the stock price will be at or below this price, including the cost of the contract by the expired date. If it does that, then I make money. If it don't, then I lose. Or you can, it's different strategies out there. You can roll, you can do a lot of things out there. So it's not just a win or lose concept, even though that's how a lot of people make it lose. You have some optionality out there to do things. That's why it's called options. You can sell contracts at any time, long as you either have the call position and then you can make it a credit spread, or you have the stock and you can sell cash secure puts. But what else is out there? Oh, last but not least, this is my last one, then I'm out of here. Social Security recipients for 2026, your COLA benefits will boost up 2.6%. So your payment will rise 2.6%, but inflation is 3%. So even though you're making more money, it's not the cost of the goods that you buy. Welcome to Social Security life. I wish I could have a better answer for y'all on that front, but that's really how it is. I appreciate everybody who joined in. I want people to see that this life is not, you have to win. You can still have losses and stack losses and still pivot from the bad things you do. I'm going to end it with success leave clues, being broke leave clues. Only thing you got to do if you want to go from broke to being successful is follow the clues of what successful people do. It all look the same. And if you follow the clues of what broke people do, they all look the same. That's it. Jay, do I think Social Security will go away? Maybe one day, but I don't sit here and tell people who's after a baby boomer to ever depend on Social Security. You need to be able to stack and put it together and make it for yourself. If you depending on the government to live, you have failed. So anybody after the baby boomers, if you count on Social Security, the shame on you. You have the opportunity to fix yourself now. If you don't choose to fix yourself and you want to depend on Social Security and say, oh, the government screwed me, God bless you. But if you listen to this channel and then you didn't listen, you can't say you want to warn. Besides that, and baby boomers, they end way before, I don't even want to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the baby boomer time frame. All right, so if you was born between 1946 and 1964, you're considered a baby boomer. Everybody else that was born after that, if you depended on the government, shame on you. 1946 to 1964. So if you watch this channel and you out of those time frames and you hoping the government gonna save your ass, sorry. Because you watch the channel, you know the information, but you chose to do opposite of the information that you was presented because you wanted to be cool. You wanted to hang out with the group. You wanted to hang out with your broke friends. Sucks to be you. But just know, don't call Kirby to save you because I ain't coming. With all that, I appreciate y'all. Please like, subscribe, share with everybody, and have them share and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. See you next time. Have a good one.